What's
Legion, the
up?
TV show. Oh, what? Are we live?
We are
Oh,
live. We
fuck
came
yeah,
in with
bitch.
that.
Fuck your
That's what
little
we came
intro,
up with.
bitch. Fuck your little intros. I'm
All
stepping
right.
on your intros.
It's all right. We got the thumbnail up at the last second. What's up, everyone?
Thumbnail at the last second. Let me go share while you do the intro. Hold on. Go.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another Perspectives episodes. This is another review. We're deviating from the albums and heading back to the movies, and this one is with The Usual Suspects. And we're going to be talking about why it outshines Pulp Fiction as a 30 years anniversary retrospective. My name is Holden Stefan Roy. Joining me, we have Little Bro Flacco, and you got to take over on the guests and introduce our off screen. You can't see them, but they're on the call guests.
What? They're not on the call? He
No,
went through
they're on
all
the
that
call
trouble to
off
get a
screen.
picture.
Oh,
No.
not,
Polly
so
went through
we're
so
not
much
there,
trouble to get a picture so that he can be seen as a
but
picture.
we're not there yet. They're not on the picture,
We're
so they
not
can
there yet?
hear. You can hear y'all, but we
All
cannot
right.
see
Can't see
them.
the
It
picture?
is
Well,
no.
introducing our guests today are Political, Polly, and Owen from Bad Boy, Twitter Spaces. Um, this is hard because I know Political in real life, and I'm not trying to divulge any information about my brother. So I'm
Understood.
trying to keep his anonymity. And Owen is just being anonymous because he wants to be. Or maybe he's a member of Anonymous. Let's go with that.
Ooh,
I like
I
that.
like it.
I
I like
like
that
that.
too.
Let me tell you though, something I've shitted on Anonymous when they were in their heyday, and I made them fucking apologize to me. I was like, look at you guys. Your fucking followers are fucking racist.
Send me the
Because
link
I
so I can send
fucking
it to some
and
people.
they were like, oh my god, no, we're not racist. We're anonymous. We don't want to be known as racist. I was like, ha, ha, ha. Liberal whites in their despisement for being called racist. I caught you in a
I mean,
catch
like,
22, motherfuckers.
Liddy,
Tell
Yo,
them.
send me the link so I can send it to some people.
okay,
I'll
hold on.
send it. I just posted it to Facebook. Yeah,
Hold on.
made it happen. Yo, what's up, Lindell? I see you over on
Hey,
Twitch.
Lindell, what's going
And what
on?
up, anybody that watches this in the future? This is a live show. We run it typically Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then whenever else we can for extra episodes. We just like talking about stuff, and there's a lot of great stuff having anniversaries this year because '95 was a pretty prolific year for culture. So there just keeps being
Prolific.
dope stuff. But
All
that being
right, hold
said,
on. Let me text this to Polly, right?
right,
And then let me DM it to Owen, right?
right,
Right.
right, right.
mm-hmm.
And then let me keep on going with the information dump that I was doing, which is like The Usual Suspects, directed by Bryan Singer, also known for.
Also known
Let's
for.
Bitch,
like,
I wasn't ready. I was
also
ready,
known
but I
for
wasn't.
dead air.
I wasn't ready. The Usual Suspects was like his third big thing, or his third thing, period. He did a short movie called Lion's Den in 1988. Then he did Public Access, a movie in 1993. Then he did Usual Suspects in 95. Then he did a movie called Apt Pupil. Like, I don't know if that's like, I'm from New York, so I see apt, and I'm like, you mean apt as in apartment, like the abbreviation for the word apartment? But I think it just means apt, like I am apt at
That was an apt
things.
definition, an apt breakdown.
Right. Then he did a movie called Burn in 98 as well. So he did two things in 98. They didn't give him the budget fully yet, but and that's crazy that it was 3 years after. But you know what? For people, that's the way it goes in Hollywood. Like directors aren't like actors. Like if tomorrow somebody wins an Oscar, people expect them to be
An
in movies
Oscar.
immediately. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
Don't mock
fact.
my fucking English, bitch. Right? But when it comes to directors, they get like a hit movie and then like it takes them a second before they like get to their next project. So they didn't throw the budget at him yet, but then in 2003 they gave him X2, X-Men United, which is arguably the better X-Men movie out of the original first two X-Men movie, I think, because that was the one that had Colossus changing into like the metal thing, was it? Or was that the one with Nightcrawler? I think that was the one with Nightcrawler doing the poof, poof, poof.
Yes.
Poof. And that was like, oh shit, that was super cool. That's what, right, because Colossus changing to metal in the first one was the one that was what made that movie cool, right? People were like, oh my God, Colossus changed into metal. X-Men 2 was the one with Nightcrawler just poofing everywhere. And people were like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I believe Mystique. Then again, Mystique might have been in the first one. I could be wrong. Whatever. Then, after that, they gave him the budget again in 2006, and they gave him Superman Returns. That's the shitty Superman with Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor that people hate with, I forget what the fuck was the actor's name. I guess I could open up the tab with this movie, but it's like, fuck that movie. You know what I mean? Then he did a TV movie called The Science of Superman, which is like, I guess he explained like the science behind doing Superman, which is like whatever. Football Wives, a TV short, a TV movie called Valkyrie, The Plot to Kill Hitler. Then he did Valkyrie in 2008. I believe that's the movie with Tom Cruise, where he's trying to kill Hitler, where he's a fucking Nazi. But he's the good Nazi, I guess, right? Like that was the thing that he was trying to do in that movie, was like be like, oh, I'm a Nazi, but I'm a good Nazi because I'm trying to kill Hitler. It's like
it's a true story.
But you're still a Nazi, still playing a Nazi, Tom Cruise. What are you doing, my guy? Then oh shit, my JBL speaker just shipped.
I don't know how I feel about that.
What about what?
About Tom Cruise playing a Nazi, or about Tom Cruise playing a Nazi that tried to kill Hitler?
Yeah, like there's like a contradiction. He's playing a Nazi, but he's a Nazi that's trying to kill Hitler. So any kind of atrocities that he's doing is in the hopes of getting closer to Hitler so he could kill him. So is it like, you know what I'm saying?
Is he a good guy or is he a bad? Maybe he's
because he gotta violate some lives to get close to Hitler.
Right. Yes, so, absolutely. I promise you he violated some lives to get close to Hitler. I promise you he killed some Jewish folks. Holden, do you take it personally? You're Jewish, bro.
I look at it like, if you look at every movement, you just kind of have to have people that do atrocious things to get close to even more atrocious people. I'm not saying it's
I don't think other
thing.
Jewish people are going to approve of that opinion.
I mean, I don't, but like I was just thinking about it pragmatically. It's like in the opposite direction. It's kind of like how the RICO people work. They place people in positions who do bad things in order to get information on other bad people.
That's cops doing undercover work, not RICO. Because RICO is just in general.
Like an informant. Like the informant side of it all.
Yeah, like Donnie Brasco did some dirt.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know. Maybe I'm just watching The Sopranos, so it's putting it in my head. But if you look at, like, in a sense, being the Nazi that's undercover doing bad shit, if he kills Hitler, if he succeeds, I could see how you could rationalize his bad behavior. But if he fails, then he's just an asshole pretending. Like you have to succeed if you're going to do something.
He has to die within the attempt.
Like, if he dies in the attempt, I accept that shit. He lost his life. Or if he kills Hitler, okay, I get where you're coming from. But if you just go through all the motions and you live and you don't kill Hitler, well, then you're just a Nazi.
But that's the reality of it, is that he killed 10,000 people to get close to Hitler to do the bomb, and then he didn't die, and it didn't kill Hitler. So those bodies are found soon.
Right.
Yeah, it's hard for me to rationalize.
But you was just an asshole in general for no reason, and you did whatever, all these atrocities that you committed to get close to Hitler was all just so you could be an asshole to those people and kill them.
Technically speaking,
and then fuck it up too.
Technically speaking, I was about to say, this guy is just disloyal, bro, to the brand. I don't want that guy on my team. You know what I mean? That guy is wild disloyal to the brand.
He's a bad double crosser.
That's your problem with
what? That's my
Right.
problem with him. Not so much
I
that
mean,
he's a Nazi. It's just like,
nah,
yo,
I
why
don't
are you
love the Nazi
disloyal to the
thing.
brand? Nah, I don't love the Nazi thing. All right, enough fucking veering. Anyway,
Dilly-dallying.
then he did in 2011. Well, he also did Dirty Sexy Money TV series. I didn't watch that. 23 episodes though. Then he did X-Men First Class, which arguably the best X-Men movie out of all the X-Men movies up until now, when Marvel will take over and unquestionably produce a better X-Men movie than these old X-Men movies. Then he did 176 episodes of House as the executive producer
Shit,
for
what series?
House.
He did the whole series?
He was the executive producer. Executive
Say
producers
word.
on TV are essentially like showrunners. They're like the guys
Right.
that made the thing happen. You know what I mean? Like they're the guys that
Like he
make
did a pretty.
everything.
Guy.
That
That's
was
the
the
guy.
because
They're the
House
guy.
had like a pretty successful reboot to buy the
House
extra four
was
seasons.
a
Like I
huge
really
huge
enjoyed that
show.
shit.
I
I
didn't
have never
watch it,
watched one
but
episode.
Oh
I
man, I
never
was
watched
watching
one
it.
episode. Polly,
See, back in
you're
the
with
day
me.
when that shit
We're
came
together.
out, me and the girl I was dating in 2008 would just be watching that shit on
Hold on.
repeat.
I don't like that you're talking about another girl. It's not
I mean, it
Bon.
was 2008. It was a long time
I
ago.
don't. Who told you you're allowed to have a life before your wife?
It
Anyway,
is what it is.
moving on.
Yeah, but like with the
Mockingbird Lane, a TV movie.
She'll appreciate that. Though.
Jack the Giant Slayer. Who's Jack the Giant Slayer? Producer, executive producer.
The fuck is
X-Men
Jack the Giant?
Apocalypse. He was producer. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? He was a producer on X-Men First Class. He didn't direct. Damn, let me go to his directing only, right? Because this is giving me production, and it's like, bro, I didn't. Okay, he did direct. He did direct House also. Besides being an executive producer, he did direct X-Men 2 United. He also directed X-Men the original. See, he did the first X-Men movie, the second X-Men movie. He directed the Superman Returns movie. He directed Valkyrie. He directed Jack the Giant Slayer. He directed X-Men Days of Future Past, then X-Men Apocalypse. Those were like, boo! He was only a producer on X-Men First Class, which is the better one out of all those X-Men movies. But then he directed The Gifted TV series. Oh, wait, that was actually like a shitty TV series. I didn't like that. Anyway, and then last thing that he did in 2018, he directed Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
right,
Which was
probably
the movie
better than all
about
those X-Men ones.
I mean, that depends on who
Owen
you ask.
Owen is always hating on comic book movies. What a fucking hater, bro.
I only like the
fucking
Christopher
hater.
Nolan ones.
Oh, so trash. So trash. Fucking guy makes the same movie over and over again. Everything's about fucking time. All right. Anyway, I said all that to say this is the director of Usual Suspects. He's gone on to do a lot of incredible things. I found it interesting when I was watching over the Usual Suspects this weekend, right? When I was watching it, I found interesting that I was like, man, Benicio del Toro was so young in that movie, but it wasn't his first movie. Like he had done a bunch of things before that when I looked on his IMDb, but that was like the first big thing that he did. And I thought to myself, I was like, it was crazy how he was the small actor. Like he was the low name on the totem pole when that movie first got made. But you look at it now with 20, 30 years between now, because we're doing the 30th anniversary, right? So 30 years have passed, and he's the biggest name out of all those guys. Because Kevin Spacey is a weird, creepy, rapey dude,
Yeah.
right? Stephen Baldwin is like, his claim to fame is that he fucking prostituted his daughter off to fucking Justin Bieber. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Spacey, I said that. Gabriel Byrne, actually, you know what? I went and I looked at Gabriel Byrne and Kevin Pollak's like IMDb, and they have stayed pretty busy, but still, they're not as big of a name as they were back then when they were essentially what the movie was built on. And then
Gabriel Byrne was big like back in the day,
Gabriel
but
Byrne
not
was
so much
big.
now.
He was big. He was a huge actor back in those days. In the 90s, he was a huge fucking actor. And Kevin Pollak, too. He was like one of those comedian turned actors that did a lot of comedy movies, but also did dramatic roles, but like wasn't being pigeonholed like Robin Williams and Adam Sandler and all the other comedy guys into only doing comedy stuff. You know what I mean? Like he did some funny shit, but he also did drama shit.
Right.
But
So what's
then
up,
the thing that
Switzerland Net on X? That's the YouTube handle. Follow me, everybody. I guess that's just a spam bot I was reading.
Oh, that's
that
me.
I think that's
Oh, that's
Polly.
you?
That's Polly.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
My bad.
So-
well, then I'm glad I read that.
So then I
Wait,
was
why we
thinking
can't
about it
see? Why we can't see ourselves on the screen? Why we only see y'all?
because you're
I've
not
told you that
you don't
before.
have
You're
video.
not on cam, and
You're not you don't got.
So you'd
you-
have to
you
like
gotta-
go on video.
You gotta get.
Oh, hold on.
Put a mask
Maybe
on.
I did something.
Don't you got a
Maybe-
mask in
I
your
do, but
house?
that's the mask right there in the damn picture.
No, I mean like put an
Right.
actual mask on.
I'm not putting the mask on right now, man. What the hell?
Listen,
the hell?
show
I'll join you.
non-participants.
I think I got a
okay, I
mask
figured it
around
out.
here.
I had a setting that said show non-video participants. So now you guys have appeared as gray boxes.
There we go.
Cool. Boom.
There we go.
Wait,
My bad, everybody. My bad.
All good. All good. Look at Owens. All
I
right.
shared
so
Owen's
check this
iPhone
out.
before, but I need to
You changed your name to Owens.
Yeah.
If you cut out the iPhone part, you should have just cut out the S abbreviation.
Yeah, the
The
apostrophe. That's
apostrophe.
crazy.
I'm with the
What?
Owens.
I didn't notice.
It's like Owen is taking
he's a damn-
That's
possession
his box.
of
That's
the
his
box.
box.
It's his
Yeah,
box.
it's claiming his box.
I'm with
He's a
that.
multi-hyphenate. Anyway, Chaz Palminteri was great. But you know what I want to bring this to? Because we were talking about this the other day in Twitter Spaces. We were talking about we were talking about the greatness of Breaking Bad, and Owen or somebody in the Spaces put me onto the fact that apparently Giancarlo Esposito, who was also in this movie, was suicidal before Breaking Bad. And he has gone on record as saying that Breaking Bad saved his life. Hold on. There's more, right? So it's weird how the world works. There's this famous YouTube page called Mr. Ballin, and he tells stories of like crazy deaths and like horror stories, like real life horror stories, like real life terrible things that have happened.
Like campfire, like kind of stories.
Campfire stories, right? Yeah. And this dude is famous. His page is immensely famous. Every Saturday he drops like a new video, and my wife is hooked. We always watch it over the weekend. His video drops. She loves because it's also like crime, nonfiction crime, and murder stories, and just shit that apparently women are into. So anyway, he covered this weekend the story of Giancarlo Esposito being suicidal before before Breaking Bad. To which I was like, mind blown, like, yo, was this motherfucker like?
And then they blew half his face off.
Yeah, I mean, that's what made his character like fucking fantastic. But apparently, so what happened was that he was doing good, because that's what we talked about in Spaces. That I was like, I couldn't believe that he was suicidal, because it's like, yo, my guy, you had so many credits to your name. Giancarlo Esposito had a fucking fantastic, like, he wasn't Samuel L. Jackson level of like side leading man, you know what I mean? But he was in a bunch of amazing movies. This movie's a prime example. I was literally telling my wife when we were watching this, I was like, yo, you know, they was telling, matter of fact, she was there when you said it, Owen, or when whoever it was said it in Spaces. I think it was you that said it, Owen, in Spaces. That she was there when you said it, So I was telling her, I was like, I can't believe that he was suicidal. He was in movies like The Usual Suspects. Like, how are you suicidal with a resume that includes movies like The Usual fucking Suspects?
a lot of
go ahead.
You're right, Holden. And that's what I was gonna say that I had written here was like, yeah, that's what you think, but Anthony Bourdain and Robin Williams would beg to differ on like so what?
Because like
so what?
you
I'm
could
successful.
be trapped in
I
some
don't
kind
care.
of hole, or imagine you're Sylvester Stallone and you owe the mob money, and so now your career has turned into churning out movies just to pay
Or
bills.
Jay Leno is what people say that's why he keeps on ending up hurt. But Robin Williams, they say that it might have been that he committed suicide because of his he had depression and sickness, and it might have been like his medication that made him suicidal. Anyway,
It's also
Yeah, my
point being,
Filipino husband as well.
but
So.
then it's also like
I found out the story of Giancarlo Esposito, and it was that he was in incredible crippling debt. He was divorced. He was in incredible crippling debt, and he was pondering killing himself for the life insurance so his kids would be well off.
Yeah.
And what ended up happening was that his fucking agent really highly suggested Breaking Bad to him, and he did Breaking Bad, and it took him it catapulted his career. Like, he was already Giancarlo Esposito, but when he did Breaking Bad, he went through the roof, and his career has never come down since then.
One of the less accoladed joints that I love that he was in is Fresh.
Fresh was a great movie. Fresh is a true hood classic.
Yeah,
Mr. Prim's Hood Classics YouTube channel has covered that.
I didn't even realize that's who it was when I saw it just now. It just clicked. No, I didn't realize it was Giancarlo Esposito when I watched it. Because
Holden is. Let me explain to them. Holden is shitty. He's a shitty motherfucker. First of all. Second of all, he's that's what it is. He likes TV series. He doesn't like movies. He prefers sitting down with a nice long series instead of sitting down with a nice.
Sopranos is amazing.
I hate you both. I hate you both. I don't understand.
Listen.
I still appreciate. In fact, my main commentary on this movie is, if I'm gonna watch a movie, this is exactly the kind of movie I want to watch, where it's wildly dialogue driven. It's a lot more thinking. Yes, there's a lot of action and shit, kind of, but it's more of like a psychological thriller vibe. Like you're not sure what's gonna happen. But even then, the action, if we compare it to the last one we just watched, or if you just look at fucking Pee Wee Herman, which we never talked about, this movie is very plot driven. And the actors really drive it forward with great dialogue, great performances. In fact, when you listen to commentary on the movie, they all related to more of a theater experience set to a movie setting than like a more conventional movie. And honestly, I really fuck with it. So but even it's in the same kind of shit with the TV shows I watch, where it's like you don't really you do have to watch this movie is what I realized. I had to keep rewinding it because I kept missing shit because there's a bunch of visual clues and crap. But But it is the kind of movie that you could just kind of listen to and still pick up the plot and everything that's going on if you do miss a 1-2 scene. And that's the type of shit I'm really drawn to, where it's kind of like a hybrid between a podcast experience and like a really visual thing. And I really feel like, with the hindsight of like everything media's turned into, this movie's low-key a visual podcast of like two guys discussing what the fuck happened. And I think that's my favorite kind of movie.
Except one of them is a big ass liar.
Yeah, but that's like a podcast could be. It could just be like the way it's structured.
I'm mad at a big ass liar.
Well, but we don't know how much of a liar he was.
Look, so this is the thing I picked up on watching it today. What's up?
Give us your feedback.
Yeah, so this is what I picked up on watching it today, right? There's certain points that if you're not actually looking directly at the screen, you're gonna miss it, right? So when they put him in that office, before Duke walked into the office and he gave him a hard time about the coffee and all of that, when they left him in the office, he was scanning the entire room already.
100%. Yeah, I'll pick that up too.
It's like a quick shot before the dude walks in and you see Kevin Spacey like looking at everything in the room, all around the room, real slow, like taking everything in. And then he walk in and it's immediately Skokie, Illinois, the barbershop quartet shit, all of that. He was like running it off immediately. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It feels like a lot of the things that with this story, like the small details that he makes up, the kind of non sequiturs, like, yeah, when I was in Guatemala picking fucking beans, whatever. Like,
yeah.
it's like, but that doesn't it like he's planting little things for Kuyan to like realize he's bullshitting about elements of the stuff later, but I don't think like that like Redfoot is the only thing. Kobayashi and Redfoot, like just those being names, those situations still could have existed just with different names.
Yeah.
Different names. Because Kobayashi picks him up at the end. So Kobayashi exists. Kobayashi actually exists. We just don't know if that's his real actual name because we do see that that's what's at the bottom of the mug. So Kobayashi exists as a human being, but that's probably not his name because that's what's at the bottom of the coffee mug.
When they were introducing the characters, when they brought Verbal Kint into the scene, the first thing they show you to get it locked in your head is his foot sliding sideways on the floor. They don't even show his face. The first thing they show you, lock this in your head. This guy's crippled. He's incompetent. They got it locked in your brain off the first shot of him. And then they go back to when they show you who he is, they go back to the foot again. And the foot straightens out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. True.
But I feel like
go on.
I was gonna say I feel like it's like in a lot of ways the film plays out. It is a must. Like he's pulling one over on the cop Kuyan, obviously, but I feel like they're also pulling it over on the audience too, because you're naturally led. I mean, anyone that thinks that Keaton, he's trying to make Kuyan think that Kaiser Soze is Keaton, but then he also drops the things about like bullshitting enough so that then Kuyan then thinks that he's bullshitting. But there is sworn testimony that he has, that shot where he's in the courthouse and giving the evidence so they could whatever. But why would Kaiser Soze go to all that effort to kill the one dude that could identify him, and then also allow like the draw up of what we think is Kevin Spacey, who's Kaiser Soze? Why would he allow that to get out? And why would Kaiser Soze allow himself to get caught? A few hours after the big job, just so we can go in there and make the cop think that it's Keaton?
No,
I don't know.
Because he wanted to go. No, that whole situation was set up so he could get on a boat and kill the other guy.
Well, yeah, I know, but then he gets caught after that.
Yeah, he allows himself to get caught because, like, in theory, Kaiser Soze, if he's so incredible, could have just gotten away and not gotten caught by the police. He could have just done it all and poofed at that moment, but then instead chooses to go through this whole charade with the cops that he just seems to have timed out perfectly.
And then he admits to murders while he's in there, like the things they don't know about, like the robbery. Like, what?
He definitely does admit to other things. But I mean, part of that is like the genius of him, right? Which is like,
though, right?
He's got immunity. He is making up everything. So it's like, did he kill anybody else? You know what I'm saying?
They should have done an alternative ending where Verbal gets caught. At like when he leaves and they get the facts, and they get the facts before he walks out of the precinct. They should have an alternative ending like that. I want to see what happened there.
But did you see, Polly, that
I mean, seeing that would just be seeing him get caught.
But then he gets caught, right? But he still has immunity, and also none of that's proven. It's just like he figured it out.
Right, Holden.
Like he just figured it out. So it's like he wanted this detective who couldn't do shit to know it was him in that way. Like cause that's a common thing with like these supervillains, right? Like they can't handle nobody knowing who the fuck it is, and that's often how come they end up exposing who they are. So I look at it like he's just done the greatest trick ever, right? And he's comparing himself. Let's assume it's Kevin Spacey's character. So like, if that's the case, he quoted that devil shit twice on some, equating himself to the devil, letting you know exactly what he's doing. And I just think he wanted to prove it's like proving it to himself that he's so bad that he could walk in, flaunt it in the cops, and then make it clear he's still going to disappear. Like, he didn't have to do it, but he's all about the legend of it. All about the legend.
But it makes sense,
especially though, hold on, if he tells this legend story about himself, like he talks about himself, like, and the Turkish mob gets his family and holds them hostage, and then he kills his own fucking family because he'd rather his family. Like, he's making, like, yo, you're making the legend of you crazy, my guy. Which is like, do I even want that to be my legend? I guess so, right? If you want to be like the tough guy, because hold up, Owen, I'm gonna let you go, right? But think about it. Kaiser Soze, after this movie, Kaiser Soze almost ended up like as a name up there with names like Al Capone, Scarface, like the most gangster mob, like rappers were using the name like yo, the hood Kaiser Soze, the Bronx Kaiser Soze, like people were using the name Kaiser Soze like up their legacy, like Bugsy Siegel, like this motherfucker's a super gangster. So technically speaking, all his storytelling worked, because then like the legacy of Kaiser Soze became like a real bad guy's legacy when this is all a fake story.
Yeah, that's my answer to Owen's question as to why he would do it, is because he's obsessed with legacy and legend. And if he is who he says he is, and he is that invisible, he doesn't want to get caught legally, but he still wants you to know who the fuck he is.
A lot of go ahead, Owen.
I was going to say, yeah, because it's like there is the element where the other characters in the film, Baldwin, Keaton, etc., they know who Kaiser Soze is too. So like when they realize, like we don't know that the meeting when Kobayashi approaches them, don't know if that exactly went down as it did. So we know that there's certain things that happened that are on record that did happen. So there is like part truth to what Verbal Kin is saying to the cop, but they know who Kaiser Soze is. The people on the fucking boat know who Kaiser Soze is. The dude's a real guy. But I think if you think about it, the thing that makes most sense to me is the Kobayashi character is Kaiser Soze.
They was trying to give the Kuyan dude a tough guy attitude, and like when he when they was in the like memory scene, and Verbal was like, when they kept talking about Kaiser Soze, and Verbal went, "Who is Kaiser Soze?" And then they cut back to the scene when he's sitting there with Kuyan, and then the next words after asking who is Kaiser Soze is him knowing this motherfucker's entire life history, or like all the details about his life, everything. Like, you didn't know who he was in the last scene, and now you got his whole history to give to Kuyan. But that, like y'all said, he was building up the legend right there on the spot. Like, I can tell this motherfucker whatever because he don't know I'm talking about myself. You know?
Yeah, but it's
I like Owen's theory. Maybe Kobayashi is actually Kaiser Soze and Kaiser, but then
he's too out in the open.
Who would Kevin Spacey? I mean, yeah, Kevin Spacey's character be? Like, would he be Kobayashi? And then if he's Kobayashi, Kobayashi's
definitely not a lawyer.
Kobayashi's ill. If let's were to say Owen's theory is correct, right? And Kevin Spacey is Kobayashi, and Kobayashi is Kaiser Soze, then technically speaking, Kobayashi's iller than Kaiser Soze because he's the one that went in there and told this crazy story to the cops and kept building this legacy. So it's like, now I want to like spin-off movie like The Legend of Kobayashi. You know what I'm saying? Like
another alternate ending.
I feel it makes sense though, because
Brian Singer's probably gonna, if he were to ever watch this review, he's like, "Oh my God, stop trying This shit was right. It wasn't as is, motherfuckers.
Some of the characters are dead already. You got to stop.
But so Kobayashi's Turkish. Oh, sorry, Kaiser Soze is supposed to be Turkish. He would
But that's
roughly
just
be
the
around.
legend.
But that's
Yeah,
that's
I
my
mean,
first thought to
That
that
don't
too.
count.
Sorry, go on, Owen.
No,
You
you
shouldn't
go
be
ahead.
cutting you off.
No, you're all good, man. Yeah, but it's just I reckon that like it makes the most sense to me that Verbal Kint works for Kaiser Soze. The character that he describes as Kobayashi. Look, we know that that dude is real. That he pops up at the end, picks him up in the fancy Jaguar with a drive away. But we don't know that the meetings that that when Kobayashi approaches them, gives them the job, rah rah rah. We don't know that that happened. It may have happened, but we don't actually know that. So I feel because they keep on calling Verbal Kint the man with the plan, right? So I think that it's possible that off-screen shit we don't see, Verbal Kint gives them the job to do the boat, and he's the dude.
The man with the plan was strictly in reference to the robbery of the police cab service. That was strictly in reference to that. That's why they was calling him the man with the plan, because he came up with the plan of how to do that without getting anybody killed. That's why they were
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I just feel like it's probably Keaton doesn't know who Kaiser Soze is. He assumes that it's Verbal Kint when he sees him. We don't actually know his verbal. Actually, we do because we can hear his voice. And then we're led to believe that Kint is Kaiser Soze because of that. But Keaton doesn't know who Kaiser Soze is. So, like, Kint does shoot Keaton. We know that. But why would the real Kaiser Soze even put himself on the boat? You would send an agent to do all of this stuff. This is like the great sleight of hand that's the film does. In my opinion,
wasn't about it. Okay, sorry.
Oh no! I mean, they
all
think
right then. I think it wasn't about. I think it was about making sure it wasn't about people that could identify him. There's probably if he's the head of this huge organization, it's not just one guy he tells to go do shit. No, he got people he deal with all the time, right? This guy was trying to testify about him. This was the one guy that was trying to testify and identify him. That's why he wanted him so bad.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
I was gonna say that's the only thing that is right. Like, it's crazy to think that this whole movie was a fake story, and the only true thing was the murder on the boat, which is why Kaiser was in the office in the first place, right? Like the whole everything.
It could also be like.
But it was
clearly
real because
he wanted
he's in the
immunity,
office,
right? Because he worked out a whole deal to get immunity. So the whole reason he's on the boat is to get caught, is to get immunity. Because I'm pretty sure that he deals with the FBI before he deals with. So I mean, let's think it through from that point of view. Why he would be there in the first place. There was a moment I thought the Kobayashi character was also Kaiser Soze, whatever. Because like. It kind of has that feel of like boss guy, and the way he just has this like unflinching look in the face of death. I'm like, you're not regular. You're something special.
Definitely not regular. But
then he also pulled up as the driver to pick him up at the end, and I'm like, is the boss really gonna pull up as the driver like that? That's
because I was gonna say, I said meaty to what Polly said about if you're Kaiser Soze, you're the head of a huge organization. You got a ton of people that you're working for, and it's like maybe not. You know what I mean? Like if you really are the illest gangster of all time, and you're this legend that you just talked about, like the greatest trick the devil made is making people think he didn't exist. You don't do that by having a huge organization. Because then the more people that you have working for you, the more people that can snitch on you, tear you down, try to backstab you, try to do all sorts of fucked up things to you. So like being a super ill boss is to be like, yo, this organization is me, the illest nigga in Nebraska that like killed his own family because like that's how gangsta I am. And then my right-hand man who does all my talking for me and like all my legalities for me and shows up to places and makes Holden think that maybe he's me because that's how gangster he is. And then that's the end of the organization. It's fucking the captain and the capo and the mob boss and the capo. No fucking consiglieres, no fucking no nothing else. It's just no underlings, no nothing, no street level guys, no nothing. They are the groundwork operations of gangsterism. It's like that. They hired it's hired labor. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody gets that but us.
Everybody. So the people that they hire are just like, yo, per job, job per job. None of you are a part of this organization. The organization is just two people, and that's how I keep out of being caught by the feds. And
but how do you get to be the biggest drug dealer in the world with only one person that you ever talk to?
Well, I mean, that's
not a thing.
Because he gets other people to talk for you.
That's true.
But you have to talk to them to do that. So that's more.
Well, you have to talk to some people.
Some people, yes.
Some people have to be involved to a degree, but it also implies if we're assuming that there's truth in the story about how the operation runs, he presents it in a way where it is structured in an independent contractor kind of way where there's a very few people at the top, but also that those people get cycled through regularly. So I believe we can allude that this murder situation is how these people get cycled through regularly, and that it is never somebody for very long. So to answer is I do think he deals with people. I also think that if he's the serial killer that they present him as, then he has no problem killing his right-hand man after some time. And whatever he pays is 5 times the price or whatever, right? So everybody is going to be popping in to be that next guy, assuming he's not going to fuck up because, let's be honest, that's the thirst of the world. So he has an endless supply of people he can kill that will pull up based on a legend. And if he's elaborate enough to pull off this whole situation, fake a heist, do all this extra shit, he's probably able to trick a lot of low-tier gangsters into dying, to be honest, and pay people sufficiently to silence everything. He's clearly willing to shoot cops, make shit happen. Like, he is not afraid to deal with the situation.
What? Change this title, Holden. I think that you guys have convinced me that Kaiser Soze is iller motherfucker than Tyler Durden. And though I'm a huge Brad Pitt fan and I'm ready to cape for white people, nah, don't change it. I'm just talking shit.
Nah, I
don't think you're caping for Kevin Spacey
but
like that.
You guys are making me. Damn, that's crazy though, right?
Kaiser Soze is the illest nigga in Nebraska, man.
You're making me think like, wait a minute, did I just say that I like Kevin Spacey more than I like Brad Pitt? I don't like that.
No, you said you like Kaiser Soze better than Tyler Durden. These are fictional characters. That's my distinction. Because
and Kevin Spacey isn't even Kaiser Soze.
Nobody's fucking co-signing.
Kevin Spacey. Crazy. I was saying Kevin Spacey isn't even Kaiser Soze.
But let's say he is though. Getting immunity was his end goal. He killed everybody. He cleaned up all his loose ends. Let's assume he's got what he needs to go legitimate. Because if we think about the robberies he's alluding to, he's at a place in his career having done a lot of low whatever drug dealing, etc., etc. He's talking about like nuclear facilities and shit. Like he's been dealing with top level politicians and.
That's what they stole the platinum and the gold wire
shit,
right? Like we're not talking about like if anything.
What the fuck were the emeralds for then? Because it's like, yo, when I saw
money.
What emeralds are not like what about diamonds, my guy? Diamonds.
Bro, listen, you gotta understand, bro. Just because we are like, envision diamonds to be the most like there's people that cherish emeralds too, bro.
No, you're absolutely right. My grandfather was a gold fanatic, and my grandfather would walk around with like brolic. He would do nothing but 18-karat gold. He was upset at me when I bought my first gold chain at like 15 and it was 14K. He was like, yeah, dope. Like, what are you doing? Like, it's supposed to be 18K. You should have came to me with your money, and I would have.
Yeah.
He taught me how to haggle. My grandfather would walk around with like 3 rings on every hand, and he had like rubies, and he had like emeralds, and diamonds weren't the most important thing to him, and
Also,
emeralds are super important in. I don't want to sound racist, but like the truth is the truth in the Asian community, right? Like Chinese people, like
and the Indian community too.
Emeralds. Boom. The Indian community is Asian community, my guy.
Oh, you know what I know what you meant. You know what I meant.
South Asian.
Also, apparently, these particular emeralds were worth millions of dollars, according to Google's AI summary. So,
and they wouldn't be as hot
There you
as
go.
diamonds. See, everyone thinks you're going to do a diamond heist.
But
You're
it's
better off doing
also-
emerald heist because there's
it's,
less heat on
it's
it.
also like it's not random emeralds; it's particular emeralds, and like an emerald that was used in a movie prop is gonna have a 7-figure price tag attached to it, or some, you know what I mean? Like life could make an emerald worth more money than an emerald would.
Wait, so
otherwise
those
be
were
worth.
real emeralds?
I don't know exactly. I'm just saying. Google told me that they'd be worth about $3
okay.
million.
I got you. I thought you were saying
Just
those
to
real
say, like,
joints in the movie.
No, but like I'm
idea
saying,
the idea of these emeralds that got heisted in this movie are what do you call that? When people what pawn shops, what is it that they do?
Yeah.
They not estimate. They
Appraise?
appraised them. They were appraised by ChatGPT, and these big
Basically.
emeralds in the movie are appraised at millions of dollars.
Yeah, that's what
Yes,
I say.
yes.
So, and that would answer the question of why do the heist for some emeralds, because $3 million split 5 ways is still a pretty good payday. But yeah, so I don't know. I think Kaiser Sose did it all for immunity. And the case closed nature of it all. If on paper, the Keaton character is Kaiser Soze and there's no evidence to prove anything else, the way the system's usually going to work is that's how the case is going to stay closed. And
except for the witness.
Which witness?
The guy in the what is it?
The guy
Hungarian
in the hospital
dude.
bed
Hungarian in the
ended up
bed.
giving the
Yeah.
sketch.
Yeah, the
Mm,
guy that gave the
that's
sketch.
a
Now
fact.
that guy's a new loose end because
He was in the harbor killing many men.
Kaiser killed the guy that he went to the kill on the boat, but now the guy that ended up down shore burned in the hospital that gave the physical description of Kaiser Soze is the new loose end that needs to be fucking tied up because he gave a physical description that made Chaz Palminteri go running behind fucking Kevin Spacey like, wait a minute, no, I figured it out. I dropped
that
my
makes
mom,
me
I saw
think-
Kobayashi at the bottom.
That makes me think that Kobayashi, being Kaiser Soze, uses his agent, Verbal Kint, to do that work on the boat.
Bro.
To, and no, hold on. And if there's any loose ends, they're going to pin it on. But if you think about like the sketch can also be Kobayashi, but he's setting it up so that because even the cop Kuyan at the end thinks that Verbal Kint is fucking Kaiser Soze. So if you're Kaiser Soze, you maybe, but like
what?
All right, so all right, the legend, Polly, one sec. The legend of Kaiser Soze is he should be like a Turkish dude in his 50s. And if you think about the boat, who were those dudes? They were Hungarian mob. Who were the people that killed Kaiser Soze's family? Hungarian mob. So it might be a way to kill the person that can identify quote unquote Kaiser Soze. But maybe that's the actual revenge for killing his family and messing with his shit. That's part of the reason for it as well.
According to the legend, he killed all of those people already before he left Hungary.
So is this just
what about
general
the
racism?
families of their families?
Is that what this is? It's like a general hatred of Hungarian mafia men across the board.
Yes.
Like it's like a vendetta for life. All the Hungarian mafia is gonna just get clipped forever. And
I'll never trust the Hungarian mob.
Gotta watch him now.
Gotta watch.
But
on the
that's
radar.
also because that's a big assumption, right? We're assuming at that point that this part of the testimony of the legend of Kaiser Sose is real, because we know that part of the story is true and part of the story is bullshit, but this is the folklore part of the story. This man is waxing poetic in a soliloquy about Kaiser Soze's alleged situations of back in the daytimes and whatnot, and it could be him that did it all, or it could be someone else, or it could just be this is some bullshit, because it could be like maybe he killed like 2 guys and then some broken telephone shit happened and he, exaggerated it. And like, if he is such a smooth talker, because while he's presented as kind of like an idiot, he is presented in such a way where he's very perceptive and he speaks eloquently. Like, he just drops so much information, and that man by himself could convince an entire underworld that all this shit happened, and then nothing happened. None of it ever happened. He never had a wife, none of it. And that's just as believable to me because he's very convincing. He tricked the police in the moment using information in the room that he made up on the spot. He's that convincing because that cop was all like, I'm smarter than you, I'm gonna get you. And he was, but it was too late. So if that's the case,
that wasn't the case. He wasn't smarter than him, because if it wasn't for them having that Hungarian in that bed, Kaiser Soze would have been, he would have been Keaton. He didn't outsmart shit. They sent the facts over from a whole nother bunch of what's the name? Who we just talking about?
Fact.
Giancarlo.
Giancarlo,
Yeah.
crazy though, because Giancarlo wasn't even in the hospital anymore. He was back in the detective's office.
I'm just saying, if he wouldn't have had that conversation with him with the Hungarian Kaiser Soze, with all of that, you know what I'm saying? if he ain't do all of that, then the cop wouldn't have outsmarted nothing. They would have literally thought Keaton was Kaiser Soze forever.
So if he made up all that shit, right, and he's that convincing, why would any of the backstory of Kaiser Soze be anything other than urban legend? It's so extra. Why did it?
And it's told only by Kin. Like, Kin's the guy that tells him the story, and he said Keaton told him the story. So, and we don't even believe what half of what Kin says anyway. So, maybe.
I'm feeling that. This is why I really like this shit, because there's like when we talk about movies, like I have a lot of, like, the Fantastic Four movie was very straightforward. I don't feel like we were able to really dig into a meaty conversation about it because it's a good movie, but it doesn't have this like extra. This shit's like layers and layers of possibilities and misdirections, and
you're just feeding into Owen's hatred for fucking comic book movies over there.
Not even trying to.
Owen's like, I know it's not deep. It's a comic book movie. Let me tell you something incredibly deep. You know how fucking great these stories are? These are stories that are from the 1960s, and they're still great now in 2025.
Wasn't fire.
No,
the Hulk was good.
So the movie
Eric
that
Bana.
Molly asked about, Eric Bana. Oh my God, Eric Bana's version is the worst version of fucking the Hulk. What? Man,
my boy Owen, yes.
Man, I love Eric Bana.
I didn't even see the Hulk if it counts for anything.
That's crazy. I took some. Can I go through my little notes I took earlier, and then we could
go through your notes. All
right, so boom, I got that. I already said that. Boom. Fencer is the funniest person in the movie, hands down.
Fenster is Kevin Pollak's character, correct?
That's the when I talk funny.
Oh, so Fenster is
Benicio del Toro.
Flip you.
Yeah, flip me.
Give me the fuck money, son of a bitch.
That is the funniest dude in the whole movie, bro.
Yo, he's funny, but also, not for nothing, Stephen Ball was hilarious with, give me all the money.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Yo, him and Benicio del Toro were great, the way that they worked off each other. And they were also known, right, as like the dynamic duo of the group. Like they worked together. They worked together often. You know what I'm saying? Keaton worked on his own. Kevin Pollak worked on his own car shop, did his own crimes and shit.
He did the damn. I'll get to that in a second.
Did his own shit. But Fenster and Stephen Baldwin's character,
McManus,
they worked together. they have like a buddy.
Yeah, they was. You could tell. You saw when they was burying him. He was like, "We did more. We worked. He was my partner for 5 years. We did more jobs and we saw more money than you could ever count. So, what he said? Fuck you. It's personal." And then he did the like, that was a "I'm about to fight you" move, and then he like spent off. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then, but let me get back to my next joint though.
Go ahead.
Okay, this we don't even have to dwell on this too much. When they was interrogating Keaton and he was all cocky, he said, "Okay." And when they punched him in his face and said, "I was dying, bro," because they did not think he thought he was too cool for school, and they knocked some sense into him in that moment. But
and this just comes from off screen, just boom.
Yeah, like out of nowhere. The guy with when they did the diamond heist, the guy falling on the floor was mad extra. Like the dude that had the diamonds or the emeralds or whatever that fell on the floor was like, yeah. Nah,
if you guy in the back of the cop
yes,
car.
When he got out of the car when it was on fire, he fell on the floor. It was like mad extra. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
When McManus and the car repair guy was gonna fight, the first time. You don't notice. This is another funny scene. Verbal dips his hood over into the middle of the shot from way behind them. You got to watch it again to catch the funniness of that one. He's like, anyway, when Kuyan is like when they was talking about when Kuyan was talking about how when Keaton faked his death, right? He said the murder we tried to pin on him. I was like, what? He got like, somebody else went to jail for the murder we tried to pin on him. I was like, what are you talking about, fam? That's crazy.
Maybe Kuyan was a corrupt cop as well, and they worked together.
Maybe.
And he's trying to eliminate Keaton to cover his own crimes.
Owen's theories be going, bro. I ain't going.
Owen's theories be Owen keeps on theorizing, going deeper and deeper. It's a different movie every time Owen opens up his mouth.
Yeah, Liddy, this one is specifically for you, Liddy. The Chinese spot where they met Redfoot for the first time. You need to go shoot a video there. The spot.
Yes.
You need to go shoot a video there. 100%.
Yeah, fly drippy.
Yeah, 100%.
For sure. Oh, you want to know something real quick about Redfoot?
Talk to me.
My wife looked him up. Apparently, he was a huge heroin addict when that movie was getting made. That actor was a huge fucking heroin addict, which is like another name that Owen brought up when I was talking about actors killing themselves, which I don't know if that really technically counts, but Philip Seymour Hoffman was a huge heroin addict. And white actors get away with being fucking heroin addicts and being in fucking movies, and everybody knows that they're like, we all know what's his name. You know, he loves to fucking do heroin and shit, but we're definitely gonna call him for another movie. It's like, what?
Yeah,
I wish I got that leeway.
What's the dude that's in
not heroin,
fucking Heat?
I'm not gonna do heroin, but I'm just saying.
Who's the third dude in Heat? Not Robert De Niro, not Val Kilmer. The third guy. I forget his name. He was a meth head like his entire career. Dude was lit. Yeah. Fuck. And you know that dude, Redfoot, that's Zed, like Dead Zed from Pulp Fiction.
Are you talking about Val Kilmer, John Voight?
Nah, like
isn't that fucking
about Tom Sizemore?
Yes, Tom Sizemore.
Oh,
yeah, he was a maniac.
Yeah, Tom Sizemore was a great actor. He was fantastic in Saving Private Ryan, one of my favorite all-time war movies, and then he was arguably even better in I think he was in Black Hawk Down. Great actor. Tom Sizemore. Yeah. Great actor.
But yeah, did you notice Redfoot? He's the dude in Pulp Fiction Bring Out the Gimp.
Bring Out the Gimp. Yeah. Which brings us back to the point of this title,
Pulp Fiction, so that we're not clickbait.
This movie does outshine Pulp Fiction, in my opinion. I think that Pulp Fiction is overrated.
Wow.
And
this movie has
a great fucking like
Give me that
ending that people fucking still to this day talk about. Wait, I don't think Polly was done with all his notes.
No, I'm not done yet. I got a couple of more notes here, very quick. What's the name? What's the boy name we were just talking about him? Giancarlo.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yo, they did a close up from the side of his head. Why they made his hair like that, bro? They fucked his hair up, bro.
No. I'll tell you right now, Giancarlo Esposito, a thing with him, that's my nigga. He's also half white. Okay? That's his white side right there. Okay? When he married a white woman that he was unhappy with the divorce, that was his white side right there. He be doing some white shit. And his hair, fucking with his hair and doing bad haircuts, that's his white side again.
Okay. All right.
Let me
The
tell
white
you
hairline.
I'll leave that
White
alone.
lines.
Their faces when they found out Hockney stole the damn gun parts was priceless. They looked at him like, motherfucker, you the reason we going through all of this shit right now. You know what I'm saying? And
but they all, right, like Kobayashi like broke it down, and they all were responsible
for something.
Why,
for something. Yes. But
something.
the gun parts was what brought them all to the spot that night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. The gun parts is why they were all on the lineup, which is the cover of the movie poster and the DVD and the
and
VHS.
they all look at him. And he throw his hands up like, "What the fuck you want from me? I knew I did it." Like,
I didn't know it was Kaiser Soze's gun parts.
Exactly. Like, hello.
None of them knew any of the things that they did, including the yellow cake.
They also gave Kaiser Soze in the flashback to him killing his family and the Hungarians. They gave him really long hair to also throw you off from Kevin Spacey again. His hair was really long.
When they did that, I was like, I looked at my wife. I was like, why they made Kaiser Soze look like Antonio Banderas as he walks off in fucking Desperado?
Yeah,
exactly.
Like,
there's no way that Kevin Spacey could pull that off.
No way. Look at his hair. Crazy.
No, that's a good point.
That was 93.
Because like that's the kind of thing where it's like, is it because it's a scapegoat, like to make you be misdirected, or is it that the person is actually not Kevin Spacey's character and Owen's theory is more correct?
But Kobayashi had less hair.
Yeah, but the legend happened a while back.
His Willie way back was
Kobayashi.
His Willie way back was way back.
So maybe
could have had more hair back in the day. Nah, Kevin Spacey
exactly.
What?
That's crazy.
Even when he was a teenager.
How you gonna count Kevin Spacey out like that?
20-something, right?
What?
I'm just talking shit.
But you know what? Kevin Spacey is a notorious diddler like Diddy. So you know what? All his bad press is well deserved.
All right.
But like with the legend, Kevin Spacey would have been like 15. Kobayashi would have been about the right age, and his hairline would have still been intact. So the vision of Kaiser Soze that he's describing may be real. And it may be the reason why I wanted to take out of the Hungarian mob. That's just some extras tying up more loose ends.
I don't even think any of the mob story is real. That's where I stand on that shit. I think it's all fabricated. It's all misdirection.
What's misdirection?
The entire story of like the mob getting him killing it all and creating this legend. I think it's all a misdirect.
Nah, this is him telling the story of the devil.
Yeah, and the other dudes knew, like people knew, like the other guys, they knew Kaiser Soze, like they'd heard of it.
Yeah,
and
but
it's
they
not
all
like
heard
right.
about
Look at the guy. Look at the guy on the boat was like, he's here. Kaiser Soze.
Exactly, and he's old.
He was old and fearing for his life. He was
because he used to work for him.
Death.
He used to work for him.
Scared to death that Kaiser Soze was there for him.
And it's
and the witness doesn't say Kaiser Soze is like, oh shit, like they're here to get me. But he doesn't say Kaiser, he doesn't be like, oh fuck, Kaiser Soze, I'm sorry. And Kevin Spacey was probably the dude in the room killing him, but it doesn't mean he's Kaiser Soze.
Definitely was the dude in the room killing him.
Wow.
That's the whole point.
I got two last joints.
Go ahead. Two more points. Go ahead.
Calhoun, Kuyon, whatever his name was, having his gun during the interrogation is cap. What's the name? Not like he walking around with the shit on his waist, walking right past what's the name?
Is it Cap?
Verbal.
Is it Cap? I don't know. I don't know the way the detectives get down in California.
They're not gonna interrogate you with your hands free, and they got their gun on their waist. That's not gonna happen.
Okay, true.
That's not gonna happen. They're not even gonna have the gun in the room.
Right.
Not even it's not even a thing. They're gonna have it in a locker outside of the room before they even go into the room. They're not allowed to take that gun in the room. That was cap.
Maybe things were different in 1993.
Cap.
Or 1995.
Cap. All right, so the last one is they smoked a lot of fucking cigarettes in this goddamn movie, bro. That was the last thing I noticed. They were some cigarette smoking motherfuckers.
Inside too, in a government building.
Oh yeah, that didn't matter back in the days, bro. Motherfuckers, you get arrested now, they give you cigarettes in New York.
The government people wanted to smoke inside their buildings too. Nobody was really happy about smoking. Getting all the smokers were all pro smoking inside. It was not exactly like their choice to give it up.
Today I was working with a group of people that were smoking a lot, and one of my coworkers was like, "Damn, this guy fucking about to spark his 6th cigarette of the day." And I'm like, "Bro, when I used to smoke like at least half a pack to a whole pack in one work day. You know what I mean? Like, what? If I'm outside and I'm working in a park and there's no restrictions to like me smoking whenever I want to, I was smoking up half a fucking pack within like 6-7 hours. Easy.
Mm-hmm. And if you think about it, it's unfair to the non-smokers.
The more stressful the job is.
Super unfair to the non-smokers.
Well, smokers get smoke breaks and shit. What do the non-smokers get? Like non-smoke breaks?
People complain about that all the time, and I'll be like, I don't know, motherfucker. You get your health, bitch. You get your life.
Because, like, at the end of the day,
an extra couple $100 a month to spend on whatever you want.
Yeah, there you go. The only reason that they're complaining is because, like, these people are like, but the 90% of the time, the people that smoking a cigarette would prefer to be doing it while they're still working. They don't even want to go stand on the side. They want to continue working. There's just the people that don't smoke that's going to complain if they're smoking while they're working. So they like got to go stand onto the side.
Are you done with your? I
am done. That was my list of things that I wrote down today.
Lindell, Lotus. Anybody in the comments? Do you have any questions? Do you have any statements about this movie?
Lindell is on Twitch. He's
on Twitch. He's on Twitch.
He's been following my shit since 2017. He's like,
my guy.
He's that super fan that everybody pretends don't exist.
He argues with me all the time about how like the 80s are like the greatest era of musically and pop culture, and like obsessively.
Hold on, if you check this video after, you might actually see a paragraph from Lindell about that shit. But I will say something about Pulp Fiction to bring it there. If we want to compare these two things and why I do think The Usual Suspect can outshine Pulp Fiction, I have to really watch Pulp Fiction again because I haven't watched it in a long time, but I've seen it a few times. But that shit relies on its cast, right? Like, entirely. And
I mean, arguably this relies on its cast.
A lot of these guys, from what I looked into briefly, because I watched a couple of YouTube videos, they weren't really like mega star status. Like, a lot of them became mega stars, but this was a lot of guys' like first big break, and the movie kind of just worked as a passion project, and you can see that in how it's made. It's well shot. There's layers to this shit, and I'm not saying Pulp Fiction doesn't lack all of that, but like, Pulp Fiction is a big ass Quentin Tarantino fucking roller coaster, and it has a lot of great shit in it. But if we're talking about it, like, Usual Suspects is more of a bare bones, stripped down, like, jacked up version of like what the experience is. So they're kind of opposite sides of a coin. But I think that given how little went into creating Usual Suspects to create such a magnificent thing where you can easily just talk, I'm sure we could go another hour, 2 or 3 hours if we really wanted to dig into it and get lost in theories. And it would probably not end because there's so much packed into this one little movie. And I think it makes it outshine. It's like it's a real moment of creativity and passion, kind of like how The Matrix was crazy with how they fucking filmed the shit, with what they did and what they had before they got like lost in the sauce of effects and shit. I don't know. To me, that makes it really impressive because it's not just a crazy story. It's almost like a crazy story made on a fraction of the budget with a fraction of the fucking press release and stuff. Like, they had fucking John Travolta and Uma Thurman and all these fucking people who were crushing it at the time. Huge ass fucking
John
stars.
Travolta, Uma Thurman, Samuel L. Jackson.
They
Crushing
brought
it.
back John Travolta. He was doing like animal movies and shit at the time, and Tarantino's like, let's put him in something. Like, that was his first role that wasn't lame in a while. Like,
Didn't
that
he?
brought him back.
Didn't he do Angel? Wasn't he Angel and like David, the angel on
And
Earth?
wasn't it like before that? Like, John Travolta was, he was doing Look Who's Talking Now and like whatever. Like, he was doing kind of lame shit. And
Damn,
Tarantino.
I love Look Who's Talking Now.
Yeah, I mean, it's good, but it's not exactly like Vincent Vega
But it
level
also had Bruce Willis.
character.
Like, Bruce Willis is,
Bruce
I'm pretty
Willis,
sure,
Ving
huge.
Rhames.
Christopher Walken
Ving
was
Rhames.
there.
I hate Ving Rhames.
Yeah. But he was
What?
there.
Why?
I don't like Ving Rhames, bro. I don't know. I think he remind me of one of my uncles or something.
It's pride fucking with you.
Bread or butter? Guns or butter?
He said
sounds
bread
like
or butter
steak.
is crazy.
Bread and butter is
So
crazy.
I looked up the similarities and the differences between Pulp Fiction and The Usual Suspects. Non-linear storytelling is one. Both films force the audience to piece the story together rather than handing it over straightforward. Crime and criminal underworlds, that's obvious. Ensemble casts. The appeal is in the interplay between those characters rather than the single protagonist. Twist and subversion of genre. Both push against the boundaries of conventional crime films. Now, the differences, those are the similarities. These are the differences: narrative style, tone, purpose of the twist. I wish they had breakdowns because I don't want to read all of the stuff in between. These are like the bullet points I'm reading, and then it's got a bunch under it. But themes, I'm gonna read this one. I want to know what they mean by this one. The Usual Suspects deals with deception, myth making, and the power of storytelling, the greatest trick the devil ever pulled. Pulp Fiction explores fate, chance, redemption, and pop culture soaked takes on morality. All right, the next one, cultural impact. And in short, for the whole situation, both films reinvent the crime genre with non-linear narratives, ensemble casts, and unconventional storytelling. But The Usual Suspects is more a mystery puzzle anchored by a twist ending, while Pulp Fiction is an energetic, stylistic reimagining of crime storytelling with themes of fate and redemption. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think with Pulp Fiction, the only mysteries in that, what's in the case, how the fuck Marvin didn't hit Jules and Vincent, that was with that goddamn hand cannon, and why Quentin Tarantino thought it was a good idea to cast himself as Jimmy. The only mysteries in that movie.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I feel
Quentin
like
Tarantino decided to do that because Quentin Tarantino loves being in. He's one of those directors that wants to be in all his movies. He wants to take on a role in all his movies.
I think it's
which
cool.
is
Yeah,
not
it's
a
good.
thing all directors do, but he does.
I think it's cool personally.
You think
Yeah,
it's cool?
it's just he overacts though, like, you know, fuck, like in what is
How
it, in
much is he
Django?
really in the movie though? So he got this little ass piece. He gonna overact, of course.
True.
Yeah, it's
You know,
true. He's in Reservoir Dogs, like at in the start, and then
He's
gets
in
killed.
at all his movies. He's in all his movies.
Remember, Stan Lee used to do that shit too.
Nah,
I mean,
but Stan Lee's not directing. Stan Lee's not directing.
Okay.
He's just the creator of the characters.
They put him in the
used
movies. You're right.
The
I mean,
directors are putting him in the movie on some like, yo,
I'm
it'd
not
be
mad
cool
at
to
that,
have
though.
Stan the man.
Not me neither.
I feel like it's like, yo, if you're
Robert
making this
Rodriguez
movie
does
and you
the
want to be
same
part of
thing.
it, like, it's
Robert
not
Rodriguez, directing wise, does the same thing. also, um, uh, Josh Whedon or like the Whedon brothers, one of the Avengers, the guys behind the Avengers, they put themselves in the movie.
Hitchcock used to just like walk past with an umbrella in all his movies. He just walks past and you're like, oh, there he is.
Spike Lee sometimes does, sometimes doesn't.
Out of the two movies, which y'all think got the stronger cast?
Yeah,
Well, out of
definitely.
Pulp Fiction and
Pulp Fiction.
Usual Suspects.
Pulp Fiction unquestionably had like those actors are huge names to this day.
Travolta, fucking
Bruce
Willis,
Uma Thurman,
Samuel
Ving
Jackson,
Rhames, Samuel L. Jackson, of course.
Ving Rhames.
Ving Rhames.
Even who was it at the end with the robbers?
Harvey Keitel, the
Harvey
Wolf.
Keitel.
Yeah.
Big man.
They had. You know what I mean? So look, but out of the that had the better cast, but I think Usual Suspects is still the better movie.
I think
it's a better movie.
That's kind of what I'm saying. Is that was kind of my bigger point was, I think Usual Suspects does so much more with so much less. And that makes it a much bigger movie.
I agree.
And that Pulp Fiction is more like a big roller coaster ride. It has hella quotables. It has hella memorable moments. It's
very much better visually too.
But that's not as appealing to me.
No. I'm just saying that's the only thing. That's the better part is the visual. Like it was better shot. But that doesn't make it like the story of Usual Suspects is body and that, because the all over the placeness of the Usual Suspects is grounded in them keep coming back to that office,
Listen, I tell you this too. The other thing that Usual Suspects has over Pulp Fiction is Pulp Fiction has all these quotables, all this, say again, motherfucker, or say what again, motherfucker, whatever the fuck is the quotable, right? All these quotables, right? But still, Usual Suspects only needs one quotable, which is, and the greatest trick the devil ever made,
ever pulled.
I mean, it's more than that.
And then also,
and just like that, he's gone.
Just like that, he's gone. Hold on, but that's all the same thing. But what I was gonna say is more importantly than quotables is they got the most famous character out of both the movies. Kaiser Soze is arguably a bigger character in real life to all of us than any. I can't name you any I can't
even name the characters.
They're just not Kaiser Soze level. You know what I mean? Kaiser Soze again. He goes down as like
legendary. It's a legend.
As like Frank White, as Scarface, as Bugsy.
He's Liddy. He's all of those put together. That's what Kaiser Soze is. He's all of those put together in one guy.
Yeah,
and that's how good
the on top of that.
Is.
He's fake cripple on top of that.
Fake cripple.
That's his agent.
Can we keep on saying cripple? Is that
that's still allowed?
Wait, it's not the best, but like
I didn't know what. My bad. I didn't mean to offend nobody.
I think it's.
I think
that's what they call him in the movie.
You got me fucked up right now. I'm like, what did I do?
No. But in the movie, they call him that. In the movie, they call him the cripple. So, I mean, you're just going by the movie.
Said in 1993.
1995. Why do we keep on saying 1993? Why do we all keep on saying 1993? We're reviewing it on the 30th anniversary.
That's
and
facts.
It's 2025.
And then also Pulp Fiction came out first, so there is possibly an argument that this movie was somewhat inspired by the style of Pulp Fiction, given the similarities. I can't say that definitively, but you could say that.
It would have had a better soundtrack. But yeah, I was going to say as well, with Pulp Fiction, I think the reason that Usual Suspects is better is that it is like one coherent story, like the narrative jumps and the unconventional storytelling, et cetera, But Pulp Fiction was like that because Tarantino, after Reservoir Dogs, like he got a bigger budget, all that shit. But like he took those stories. So the Gold Watch story is not Tarantino's story. That's Roger Avery's story. That was, his friend. That's why it's story by Roger Avery. So he had like, 3 different main stories that one of them not his, and he kind of ties them together, etc., etc. But that's why Pulp Fiction is like what it is, because he had to kind of come up with it relatively quickly, and he got the best story that Roger Avery had, which is the thing, the Butch and the Gold Watch and everything. But then his idea, of the hitman, doing, Pulp Fiction, but that's why it's like what it is. And so Usual Suspects comes out as a better film because it's written as one piece rather than piecing 3 different things together to make a narrative. Yeah.
That's a really good point. Yeah. I also just feel like Usual Suspects is so fascinatingly interesting, like in the way there's shot by shot, like almost like if we really went through it, we'd probably find 15 Easter eggs that aren't Easter eggs that could be Easter eggs, because you just get jacked up looking for that shit. And Pulp Fiction, I do not feel has the same level of that feeling.
It wasn't intricate like that.
And this is, I guess, where the preferences come in. But for me, that's why Usual Suspects outshines Pulp Fiction.
I mean, also though, like to this day, like Usual Suspects is counted as like one of the best plot twist ending movies in the history of modern movies. You know what I mean? Like people still talk about Usual Suspects as like, you ask people. Matter of fact, you should ask people, Polly, in the spaces tomorrow, like name your Mount Rushmore of plot twist ending movies. You know what I'm saying?
It's like Fight Club, Sixth Sense,
Fight
Usual
Club,
Suspects.
Sixth Sense.
What was the other joint where they found out dude was I think it's called Ghost.
No, you're talking about exactly what he just said.
Sixth Sense, yeah.
Sixth Sense,
yeah. Sixth Sense.
Also with Bruce Willis.
I'm gonna go ask ChatGPT.
Also Bruce Willis. But I'm just saying though, most people are going to usually mention Usual Suspects in there because it is really like appreciated as like one of those like damn. I remember when I first watched that movie. Also, all right, 2 things, 2-parter. I remember when I first watched Usual Suspects, the plot twist ending had me like, oh my god, this movie is the greatest movie ever. 2, we just finished reviewing Ghostface Killer's Iron Man, which had 2 excerpts from the Usual Suspects movie, right? Which is, what the fuck do you mean there's no coke? There's no coke.
Yeah, man.
And then Assassination Day comes on, and then he ends the album, the tape version, not the CD version, because the CD version has the Marvel song on it.
Talk that shit.
Right? He ends the tape version,
cassette version,
with the cassette version with the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was making people convincing the world that he didn't exist. So he had 2 quotes from Usual Suspects proving how ill. And mind you, we reviewed Ghostface Killer's album 1 year early of its 30th anniversary. So that album had a bunch of movie quotes, right? It opens up with the education of Sonny Carson, the Revenge of JD, JD's Revenge. There's a bunch of movies that they used in the Ghostface Killer Asian flick. What's it called? The Mystery of Chess Boxing. They used a bunch of movie snippets, skit parts to make skits for the album, but all those movies were old. Usual Suspects came out 1 year. Came out in '95.
Exactly.
And
that's why we were so excited.
That's how great that movie was.
It was recorded while it had dropped.
Right.
Yeah. Like we was excited about it because of that. Like, yo, they got the joint. Like, there's no coke. That was like
what the
him
fuck
having
you
that
mean
on
there's
that
no
album.
coke?
Him having
Fuck
that on
onto
that
it
album
early, yeah.
Everything, bro.
But no, it's
That's
because the
racist.
hood really genuinely appreciated black people. We genuinely appreciated The Usual Suspect. It became one of those kind of like The King of New York or like Heat, where it's like, yo, this is a white movie of white actors, but this is
It's
our
some
movie.
gangster shit.
This is
Yeah.
some gangster shit. This is our movie. Like, I don't give a fuck what white people think. This is a
Yeah.
goat in the hood. You know what I'm saying? And Usual Suspects is a goat in the hood because of the Kaiser Soze storyline being so gangster, and also that plot twist ending. You know what I'm saying?
Wait.
So it really just really like goes to show you how great a movie. Again,
One more thing I want to say that was fucked up when Keaton punched Verbal Kint in the stomach. I was like, damn, gang. He was
Dumb.
like,
you
I'm gonna
punched
shit
I
like
was
in the
blood
like,
face?
you
tonight.
deserve.
But that's how
I
he
was
got
like,
him. That's how
when
he
he-
got him to come to do the job.
when he did that, I thought to myself, as I was rewatching it this time, knowing the ending, I was like, that's what you get, motherfucker. That's why he fucking killed you. That's why he fucking killed you right there, bro. You're gonna fucking put hands on Kaiser Soze, you son of a bitch. He's gonna get
No,
the
but
last laugh.
Yeah.
would
He
Kaiser
will get the
Soze?
last laugh.
But would Kaiser Soze allow himself to get punched? I think not.
Absolutely.
No,
Which
he would.
reinforces
He
my
absolutely
theory.
I
would.
strong disagree. You got to keep in mind, this is a
Strong
man of the
disagree.
shadows. He presents himself as a cripple
Swim in
who
the
is
show.
belligerent, but also hyper
Hold
observant and
hold
shit.
on with the cripple. Tuck it in, bro.
I forgot that.
They
I forgot.
said
Anyway,
they
my
said
bad.
it in the movie because it was 1995. We're in
I know.
2025.
We did that. My bad.
But
Anyway,
it's like
but
his.
like,
Yeah, sorry.
but so
You
to
guys are
me,
wild.
it's like he would basically be there testing people's organic reactions. It's like being the fly on the wall in your own situation. If you want to have crazy intelligence, go
Yes.
undercover and inconspicuous in it. And considering nobody knows who Kaiser Sose is up until like, you know, the end, and when he gets punched at this time, nobody knows him. He's just a legend. It's like, well, he's able to then move and act on this information as he wants on his own timeline, but he clearly takes notes. He's clearly perceptive. He's got like this mental journal of everything that's ever happened. So yeah, I do think he'd let himself get punched and be like, watch, I'm gonna get you, but never reveal that until the time comes. He absolutely, yeah, that's how he presents himself to me.
Jasper said the crying game.
Yeah, come on, the crying. I was going to say the crying game, but you know the ending to that film, right?
I do not.
I don't even know. I don't know if I've seen that.
It involves it was a trans woman the whole time, and like, you know,
shit.
yeah.
Damn, Jasper.
You know what? You know what's another crazy plot twist movie? one of the best plot twist movies to me. Old Boy.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That is crazy plot twist ending. Like that shit is like, yo, only Koreans, I love them, and I also hate K-pop. I said it. I don't give a fuck how they feel.
I don't like K-pop either. Why would I like it?
But they make amazing movies, and their scary movies be like, what, bro? What the fuck? Who even thinks about this shit? How fucking what? Wait, Polly, I don't think you've ever seen Old Boy, have you? You should watch Old Boy.
I have not seen Old Boy either.
Watch the Korean one. Don't watch the
Hogan.
American remake. Watch the Korean one.
You fucking suck, bitch.
Also, I actually had to watch this movie today, but I went in knowing about the plot twist because it was impossible to make it this far in life without YouTube spoiling this plot twist, right? Like, it comes up in all these heist or greatest movie videos. So the whole time I'm watching it, I just know he's Kaiser Sose, and I don't know how much that framed my viewing of the movie, but there was how it was revealed was crazy, but that it was revealed, I knew it was coming the whole time. So I don't know. I guess that's also worth pointing out is I didn't have that organic experience where you were like,
you
what
don't know
the
the
fuck
plot
at the
twist
end?
to Old Boy. You don't know the plot twist to Old Boy, do you?
I don't know that. No.
You should. Yo, I insist that you watch Old Boy and we review that next.
All
Fuck,
right.
because we were talking about he hit me up in the DMs that like because we reviewed Monday of last week we reviewed Only Built for Cuban Links, and then I made the point, Polly, that I've been making for many years, which is an opinion of mine, hot take, bitches, which is that Iron Man is a better album than Only Built for Cuban Links.
Well, I have to be
And-
biased right now. Raekwon just gave us a free concert, and I am taking
I'm mad at
Raekwon's
It's now better.
side. It is now better.
I got to get into
the
a show
30th
for free.
anniversary. Yep, exactly.
You don't know what Ghostface Killer is planning for the 30th anniversary of Iron Man next year, and what he might do for you during that anniversary.
Look. What you need to understand is this is the second time that Raekwon has done this in the same part.
Raekwon's an ill motherfucker. He's a great dude. Listen, this is a hot take on my part, right? One of the things that I always say is that I openly acknowledge that most people widely consider Purple Tape the greatest Wu-Tang album of all time. Like either solo or Wu-Tang period type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like people consider it like the classic of all classics produced by Wu-Tang, to which I would also say that even if it's not Iron Man, it's definitely Supreme Clientele before it's Only Built for Cuban Links. And the point that I'm trying to make is that we've reviewed Only Built for Cuban Links on Monday, and because I made that hot take, we ended up deciding to review Iron Man on Thursday. And when we sat down to do Iron Man, Holden ended up agreeing with me that he felt like it's a more polished album than Only Built for Cuban Links, with more diversity to it, which is my point that I always make. I say that it has more heart than Only Built for Cuban Links. It's got more heart and more soul, and it feels more heartfelt. But the point is that because of that, Holden ended up coming to me yesterday in the DMs like, yo, should we review Supreme Clientele 2 because of the Ghostface shit? And I'm like, nah, because we should review Supreme Clientele 1 before we review 2. But either way, now, fuck that. We're not reviewing neither. What we're gonna do is review Old Boy on Thursday. Fuck you, Holden. Don't make that sound, you bitch. I will slap fire out your ass. What the fuck? Don't make that sound.
You like Old Boy, though.
I'm like,
You're
yo,
really
it's so
gonna
much
fucking
easier
love
to
it.
bump the albums in the car than it is to watch them in the car. I could make money while bumping that album.
Holden, there's a scene in Old Boy where he fights 30 dudes in a hallway with a hammer.
Nah. That's not gonna motivate Holden. Holden's not motivated by fucking action scenes.
That's gonna piss me off right there. That whole scene is
Listen,
gonna piss me off.
what will motivate you, Holden, is that this is one of the greatest plot twist movies of all time.
That it's a really good movie because I used to work at a video store. And from that experience, I'm aware of how goated Old Boy is. I hung out with all kinds of manga nerds who love this shit. I understand.
Also, it besides it coming from a manga, because that's what it originally came from, was a manga, which is like just a Japanese word for comic book. Okay, like that shit kills me about fucking the Japanese. The Japanese are like the English when it comes to rap. Like they keep on trying to pretend that grime is its own genre that has nothing to do with hip hop, and I'm like, bitch, you're rapping. They're like, yes, bruv, we're rapping at 140 BPM, bruv. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. We were doing that before you too, bitch.
Our take on your thing is now our thing, innit?
You need to have a discussion with Chip Fu and Twister. That's who you need to go talk to, Mr. Englishman.
Right. Like, how dare you try? Anyway,
like, what?
The point being, though, right, is that like manga, it came from a manga, oh boy. But what really I think is a greater testament to how great of a movie it is that Spike Lee doesn't make remake movies. Spike Lee tells nothing but original stories, same as Quentin Tarantino, right? He's just overlooked because he's not a white man. That's fucking got a bunch of white men
Spike
fucking
Lee isn't
running behind him.
That's a strong statement.
I mean, he's overlooked compared to Quentin Tarantino and the fan.
No, but Kill Bill's based on The Bride. That's a remake of a film. Kill Bill.
Look,
that's based on another movie.
I'm not saying that Quentin Tarantino didn't never do a remake. I'm saying that Spike Lee did a remake by remaking Old Boy. He made an American version of Old Boy with the actor that played
Is
Thanos.
that the one y'all are watching, or
and
y'all watching the
Cable.
original?
I
Watch
watched
the original, man.
What
Yeah,
one
you
are
gotta
we
watch the
watching?
original.
We're watching the original, the 2003
Original.
one.
Holden, watch both. Don't be a bitch.
Bro,
That's
that's
crazy.
a lot of.
It looked like
Bro,
homework for
like,
Sai. It looked like, man.
By
It-
Thursday, I'm like, all right.
That was
all
his
right,
face,
I'll do
like-
that.
watch the original, man.
I
But
mean,
you're
I don't
missing
mind
out
watching
because Spike
both.
Lee's version is good too.
I'm
But
not saying that it's bad. I'll try. It's just, when we chasing the money,
Spike Lee's.
sometimes you gotta chase the
How
money.
about? Let me ask you this. How how anti watching a movie with subtitles are you? Right? Because
I don't give a shit.
the
I'm good
original
with
is
that.
the original is a
watch-
Korean movie, and that you can watch it with overdub, but really like everybody always recommends the subtitles, and Spike Lee's version is an American
No,
version,
I'm
which
good.
is in English.
Listen, I'm a reader, so
Spike did great though.
it has no problem. Subtitles is nothing. I actually put subtitles on English shit. I just want the subtitles on so I could read along.
I
the
do,
whole
I
time.
do, I do. Yeah, I do subtitles with
So,
English shit
like,
too. But
and,
that's because
but
nowadays
also,
Vox covered this in a video of like movies
Yeah, I
have
remember that.
started fucking with people's audio perception, and like you watch movies and you're like, what the fuck did they just say? And it's like a whole thing that's related. I highly recommend watching a 15-minute Vox video. Vox does a great job
That's a
with their
great
videos,
video.
and it's a great video on YouTube
But,
about like why.
I will say, I find most
people
dubs
watch movies
really
with subtitles.
obnoxious to listen to because, like, it's really annoying watching the lips not sync up with the words. So I'd rather just watch it in the original language.
See, now they got the AI that can fix that. They can straighten the lips out and make them talk English too. They need to look into that. Yeah,
I
like
can't wait for that shit.
when I be doing my
That'd be
AI,
lit.
sometimes it changes the like it'll give you the translation. Like say I'm translating a video from English to Spanish, right? It'll translate it to Spanish, but it'll also like change the lips on the video to make it speak the words. That's
crazy.
I think my problem with the dub is they need better voice actors. That's all I ask for. Better voice actors when you're doing a dub.
That's a fact. The dubs are often weird. It's often some I don't enjoy listening to this. The way they pronounce stuff is funny. Overall, it's not my favorite experience. I'll deal with dubs if I'm working out and I know I can't stare at the TV. Because I'd be watching Netflix and shit if I'm at home working out. Absolutely. We run in that shit. And sometimes them shows that Netflix has that are really good are not the American ones. It's that shit they filmed in Brazil that's just a weird and interesting plot or whatever. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm watching a Dominican reality show right now on YouTube. It's fucking fantastic. I fucking love that shit.
Yeah,
have you guys sorry, man.
2003 one, right? The original one? That's what we're going for?
That's what we're going for.
All right, I'll try to watch both. I will definitely watch that one.
Well, speaking of non-linear storytelling, have you guys watched City of God, the Brazilian one?
Oh, that's a fantastic movie. That's a great
God in this damn movie, man.
I did see that movie. It took me a second.
movie.
Now
you're talking about good movies. Owen got off of Spaces and got some good opinions and shit. Because he usually is liking shit fucking movies that are like, oh, look at
he has
this
a reputation.
He's got a reputation. But right now he's like walking it back and he's like bringing up great movies. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of a great movie twist, real quick, like with Interstellar, best movie of all time.
Interstellar is also best movie of all time. Is bold, but I'm not mad at it. I love it.
When you realize that Matthew McConaughey's character died at the very beginning of the film, takes on a whole new meaning.
I think Arrival is better than Interstellar, though.
Good movie.
So wait, you made a statement before about that Holden like to watch series better than
instead of more than movies.
Oh,
so this is I'm gonna keep it a buck, right? I don't even want to start the series until I know they've wrapped the entire show. I'm still they got The Walking Dead, right? I won't even watch The Walking Dead until they finish Fear the Walking Dead. Did they finish Fear the Walking Dead yet?
That's a whole different fucking.
No, but that's how the thing started. So I need to watch the whole thing chronologically all the way through. I need to watch the entire Fear the Walking Dead, and then
but I needed to be like 3-4 seasons in already because for me it's a matter of time, right? Like, I love TV shows. I have since back in the day. When I worked at the video store, I started renting seasons because shit like 24 and everything was coming out on DVD, and I had access to all that shit for free. So I would just be renting shit.
You would have watched all of 24.
No, I watched the first 2-3 seasons, and then it got really trash. I was like, how do you beat a nuclear bomb for 10 more seasons?
It was always really fucking trash. Fucking Fox TV show.
I was like 17, 18, smoking some weed. It was a different time of life. I did
so
not
what
have
happens when
skills.
they go to sleep with that show? Do they like... What happens when they sleep? They just
That's
fast forward?
No, they have multiple characters, right? So there's just the characters that would be. But also, it's not like Jack Bauer fucking sleeps in those 24 hours. He's be running around for 24 hours straight trying to save the
whole
world.
series is just one 24-hour period?
Every season is a unique 24-hour period.
Okay.
So in season 1, it's like a terrorist something or another. Then in season 2, they up the stakes and it's like some next thing. Then all of a sudden, it's like a fucking nuclear bomb. And you're like, okay, but how do you beat a nuclear bomb? And then it's an infectious disease. And I'm like, I don't know if that beats a nuclear bomb, but fine. And then it was like 10 more fucking seasons. And I'm like, you can't. You had the nuclear bomb. Everything after that is less.
Yeah.
But if the disease was so dangerous, how could it be defeated in 24 hours? That doesn't make sense.
Because basically, Jack Bauer is like I don't know, FBI or counterterrorism.
He's MacGyver. He's FBI MacGyver.
And they got that and every fucking thing, and you watch the clock go. And look, it's not bad. It's not great. It's very like
it's
mid.
Bad. I want to go on record as telling people I don't want our show to have the reputation of being the type of show that tells people that 24 isn't bad.
But
24 is mid. He said it's mid. That's fair.
And then I said it is mid. It's not like completely. It's like watching that. It's like watching the junk food version of TV. Sometimes you don't really want quality. You just want some shit you could throw on, and it's fucking pointless. It suits that type of adventure. It's like my mom likes watching the same fucking time movie romance people and this is the same
like
actors
General
and everything.
Hospital and Days of Our Lives.
But so it's like that. People like that shit. I don't fully watch it all. I prefer, but for me, I got spoiled because I had access to all the HBO shit.
People like all sorts of things.
And I was, you know what I mean? Actually, come to think of it, getting a bunch of HBO for free in 2005 as a Canadian, that's a blessing. That was not an easy thing to have. So I got all the HBO shows. I watched all that Rome, the Deadwoods. And
Speaking
all
of
that.
Canadians, I just finished watching like a fucking video on the Boondocks and how like there for like wild years there was like Boondocks episodes that were banned in America that only aired in Canada and you could only watch it in Canada. They didn't even have it on like the DVD. And I'm like, that's crazy because I had the DVD, but it was bootleg. So
would they have like Bush hair in it or something?
Yeah. I enjoy
American senses.
I forget. Yeah, America's so pussy about certain shit, but it's just like annoying. Yo, we gotta wrap this up. What the fuck are we gonna do? We're gonna fucking we're talking about a bunch of other shit. We're not talking about Usual Suspects no more, guys. What the fuck, yo?
I just wanted to note that I heard Polly say that he's gonna watch Walking Dead when it's over. So 2035 or something like that.
BET got them banned because they made fun of BET.
Yes. Oh no, it was Tyler Perry got them.
That was another one. It was both
Tyler
of those
Perry
things.
was offended of his depiction, and the owner of BET also got made fun of ridiculously. But we both know. Polly knows. Oh shit, Polly might not those episodes, but I definitely know those episodes.
Yeah, I enjoyed Boondocks. That's a great show. Anyway,
Boondocks was a fantastic show.
Before we get sidetracked, we do want to thank y'all for coming through. Definitely let us know in the comments especially if you watched this far. Contribute. Let us know who you think Kaiser Soze is, which one of our theories and ideas you most resonated with, or if you think we were all trash and you have something better, we would love to hear that as well. Apparently, we're back later this week with Old Boy, so if you like this, you're definitely gonna like that. What?
About that. I'll fucking beat you up, whoever is watching this and thinks they have a better opinion than me. I'll
That's
fuck
fine.
you up.
That's fine. But definitely put it in the comments so that Flacco can come fuck you up or etc. We would love a good comment fight. On that note, I would watch that in real time and I would be highly entertained. Highly entertained. Possibly high while I was being entertained. That is also true. And yeah, so we'll be back, I guess, Thursday. We'll figure out what day it is. I know you said you're in the evening, so we'll figure out what day makes the most sense. And probably 7 p.m.-ish one of these days this week, we'll be back. And then next week, we'll be back with something else, whether it's an album, whether it's another show or movie.
No. We have specific things. Give me one second.
Off schedule.
I will
We're
tell
definitely
people.
off schedule.
No, we're off schedule. We just missed. We missed Smith & Wesson's 30th anniversary of The Shining, which is fucked up because we interviewed General Steele in person.
That's a fact.
So we should definitely cover that at some point. And then we also missed Pee-wee's Big Adventure with Lotus. I'm sorry, Lotus.
I put
I
that
didn't do
real
that on
effort
purpose.
into watching that movie.
This job was huge for us and my company, and New York versus New York is like a huge thing, and I had to do it. And then now we're going to end up missing the second episode of this week, which is 15th anniversary of Scott Pilgrim. And then
I don't feel as much for that.
next Monday should be the 25th anniversary of Ludacris Word of Mouth, or the 30th anniversary of Junior Mafia's Conspiracy, or the 30th anniversary of Faith Evans' Faith albums.
Word
so
of
I
mouth.
guess we have...
Let's go to the South.
She fucking loves.
I love Ludacris. I love Word of Mouth.
You're also not fucking in tune with fucking black culture, because Faith Evans' Faith album is like an amazing fucking R&B
We could do
album.
both. We could do both next week.
And then Junior Mafia's Conspiracy is like, yo, we can get like somebody from Junior Mafia to interview them.
We can do all three if you're ambitious.
No, I'm not that ambitious.
I'm just saying we should not ignore the South also. We should have a little love for them.
We shouldn't ignore the South. I love the South. Maybe we do Ludacris Word of Mouth. I love that album.
It's a great album.
I love all three of those albums. I just don't like how quick you were to make that decision. I don't like that. That rubs me the wrong way.
Yo, the more I've thought about my musical journey, the more I could say I love the South. I love what it sounds like.
South too.
And if we get the opportunity, because there's a lot less of them in that era that come from the South, we should jump on a couple because it's dope. And we could also do whichever one of the other two you feel is more beneficial. And then I'll be able to bump those in the car and watch Old Boy at some point. We'll see if Bonnie wants to watch Old Boy. And, yeah, go from there. Make it all happen.
You'll enjoy it.
Thanks, Owen. Also,
thanks,
Polly,
thanks,
for
Polly.
coming through.
Thanks, Owen.
Thanks for having us, man. That was
a
really
very
fun
episode. You're welcome back. I don't know what ones y'all want to jump on, but like,
hey, listen, if you guys want to come back for Old Boy, I'll fucking send you the invite.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
And then, anytime. I'm
not committed to that, but
that's okay.
If I check it out,
Owen's theories.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really fun. Thanks, Evan.
Nah, it was great.
Appreciate all y'all who watch too on YouTube and in Twitch.
Thank you, everybody who stuck around and watched the whole show.
It means a lot, and all of you in the future.
Watched some of the show.
Facts. And anybody in the future, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share that stuff. We're actually getting close to the monetization threshold, so all your subscriptions would mean the world to us. Appreciate y'all, and live long and prosper, everybody out there.